want these? I don't want them. What? I stink! I can't play! The ball is just sitting there, Jerry, and I can't hit it. What's wrong with you? Sand! I can't get rid of the sand. But there's still some in here. Won't go away. Look at it, I even got sand in the pockets. Hey, come on, you're getting it all over the floor.
Hi everybody, Darren Falk with Break 90 Golf here, and today we find ourselves in the bunker. If you're a golfer that struggles to break 90, there's a good chance you find yourself in the beach a lot. And unfortunately, if you're here, there's a good chance also you don't get out of here in one shot. And our goal in the bunker needs to be get out in one try. Today, we're going to show you a little different method than what you've probably heard before to help you get out of the bunker. An easier shot, a more reliable shot, and a shot that's going to help you break 90. So stick around and let's get to it. Okay, so we're in the bunker here. Now, typically the way this shot is approached for most is an explosion shot, right? So what I mean by that is that you would get really low into the sand, dig your feet in, you would get your hands really low, club face wide open like where you got a wine glass or a water glass on it, and then you would aim left, and then you would make this big swing up, lots of wrist hinge, hit down, and cut across on it. It would look something like this. And unfortunately, that's what I find happens with a lot of golfers, right? Now, does that shot work? Absolutely. That shot will get the ball to go really high, come down really soft. So for PGA Tour players or for any really better players, that shot might be needed in order to get the ball closer to the hole. If you're struggling to break 90, close to the hole is not your goal. Your goal, get it out. So today we're going to talk a little bit of an easier method to help get out of the bunker. Okay, so the problem with that traditional bunker shot is when the club is coming really steep and down, I've got to be very careful of where I get that club to hit the sand. It has to be a very precise spot behind the golf ball because the club is digging down so much in the golf club. So rather than worry about that, the method that I'm going to teach you today that I learned from my good friend James Ridyard. If you don't follow him already, I highly recommend you follow his YouTube channel. But this method, which I have had a huge success with the average golfer, is much more in line with what we would do for a normal chip or pitch shot. So you might remember a little while back I did a video with a little magic trick, if you would, for the chip shot. And you'll see that link here above if you want to check that out. But the setup is going to be very, very similar to that in the fact that I'm actually going to be standing closer to this ball than I typically would. And as I get closer, the handle is going to get higher to where the heel end of the club actually might come up off the ground a little bit. And the reason why I like that is because the toe end of this golf club will not dig into the sand. It will glide into the sand. And if it's gliding into the sand, it means my angle of attack is going to be very, very shallow. It will never get too deep. If that's the case, I don't have to be so perfect of where this club hits the sand anymore. The other reason why I like this shot is because it is very, very similar to my pitch shot. Therefore, I don't have to get in the bunker and try to change everything that I normally would do and I have learned. So here's going to be the setup for this. First, I'm going to dig my feet in just a little bit. The rules of golf allow for me to have a little bit of, so I'm going to go ahead and do it, okay? I'm going to stand a little closer and taller than I normally would, and you're going to start to adjust a little bit about where you feel comfortable. My setup, arms are going to be very, very straight, and the toe of the club is down and the heel of the club is up. Now, here's where this is different. I'm actually not going to really feel or try that I use a lot of wrist motion in this shot, okay? I'm going to really feel that this swing is much straighter back and straighter through. And while it's straighter back and straighter through, I'm really not allowing myself to use a lot of wrist. Wrist hinge is helpful for some. It's going to help get the ball out. But again, when I start to add too much wrist, I'm going to be prone to be digging this club down into the sand. And that's what we're trying to avoid with this shot. Okay, so again, closer and taller. A little bit of weight in my front foot. And now from here, I'm just going to make a swing where I feel I just go straight back and straight through with no real wrist hinge at all. And I should, if I do this correctly, we'll just take a little bit of sand like so. So the ball got out. And as we look at the divot that I took here, it's a very, very long divot, and it's also very, very consistent. Okay, so we take a look at the divot I have here, right? It's a very long divot, but it's also very, very consistent. It didn't go very deep into the ground, and the depth of it stayed very, very consistent throughout the whole strike, which means I could have hit the ball. If the ball was here, I could have hit the sand there or here and could have probably gotten that ball to get out of the bunker, which is my goal. So this method really allows me to get away with a little bit. I don't have to be so perfect, and that I am always a big fan of. All right, so hit another one here. So again, same idea. I'm standing closer and taller to the golf ball. Nothing really with my hands. Arms stay nice and straight. That allows this club to just glide or really kind of skip through the sand. It's not a dig down, smack down into the sand like we traditionally do. Closer and taller, arms straight, nothing with the hands. Okay, ball's out, and that's my goal. Get it out on the first try. Okay, so one of my favorite drills in the bunker is as follows. We're gonna go ahead and just draw 2 lines in the sand here, about maybe 6 to 8 inches apart or so. All right, so make them nice and visible for yourself. And then what you're going to do to start with is you're just gonna make some practice swings where you just try to take the sand that's in between these 2 lines. And again, we're not taking a ton of sand, we're just kind of brushing the sand, just skimming the top of it. Okay, so that one was a little deep for my liking. Keep my arms a little straighter. Okay, better one there. Okay, so notice those, I hit 3 different spots in the sand, but because the club wasn't digging in, all 3 of those golf balls should get out. So now we're gonna go ahead and try it, and we're gonna put the ball right in between here, and I'm still gonna have the same idea, just trying to hit the sand that's in between those 2 lines there. So arms are straight, stand closer and taller. A little bit of feet digging in, straight back, straight through. Okay, wasn't a lot of sand there. Ball still got out, probably would stay on any green too, so very thin spot there. All right, so we'll put it here. This should be a little bit more sand here. Let's see where I can hit on this one. Again, same idea, arms straight, no hands, straight back, straight through. Okay, got it out again. And now again, notice where that club hit the sand. And this is what I love about this technique is the ball before it, I hit the sand here. The next ball, I hit the sand a different spot. Both golf balls got out, and that needs to be our goal. Get out of the bunker. Do one more time. Arms straight. No hands, straight back, straight through. Just let this club brush the sand. Okay, and again, it's out. And again, in those spots there, had I tried my old approach, which again, nothing wrong with that, but in that similar spot, that can kind of recreate that a little bit there, okay? I don't really know what's underneath it, but a big swing into this hard pan, okay? That club's really gonna dig in there pretty good, right? It's gonna really force me to dig that in. Okay, and then we get that one, right? Because I was afraid of that club digging, I caught all ball, that ball's gonzo. I make the same technique that we just learned. Now I don't need as big of a swing. I don't have to worry about that shot, hopefully, as much. Arms straight, no wrist, brush it, and there we go. Came out a little hot, but way better than those first 2 because I'm not making such a big aggressive swing. Thank you everybody for watching today. I hope you found this video helpful and hopefully found an easier approach for when you get into the bunker. If you have not already, please make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. That will help me continue to put out content for you all. And if you would like to work with me, you may do so in person at Holly Ridge Golf Club or online using the Skillest app. And you will see links for both of those in the description below. As always, if there's anything you would like to see, please make sure to mention it in the comments below. And also, I'd like you to go ahead and try this technique. Let me know how it works out for you. write something in the comments. Any questions you have, any more about this technique, please ask away. As always, I appreciate you joining me and looking forward to helping you break 90.